Next quick shot. Square Enix, man. It seems that they just like really didn't anticipate how much people were gonna love Final Fantasy 14. This was the like the better cut or something like that, right? Like the complete edition
Reborn,
or something
A Realm
like that?
Reborn.
A Realm
Yeah,
Reborn?
so they originally launched Final Fantasy 14 many years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and people didn't like the game at all. It was an MMO. And what's awesome, I guess, to piggyback off our last topic, was that they really listened to the community.
Yeah.
And
Maybe I should try to download that one.
maybe you should try. They basically, if you can find a code, they basically revamped the game. And you know what they did? It's really neat what they did. They actually nuked the game. So while you were playing the game, a catastrophic event occurred in the game, deleting like the game.
Really?
So like they wiped it out
from
existence, and then they rebranded it as Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn.
Okay.
And then you jumped into that, and within the lore of that world is the past game, and it's like, yeah, do you remember the catastrophe of this time back then, which is the actual occurrence? It happened in game.
Okay.
The apocalyptic event.
Yeah, so they made some drastic event that happened.
Yeah, that you experienced as a player on your literal game.
Yeah.
Being nuked. And then the Realm Reborn like incorporated it as like, we're rebuilding, this world that was destroyed. And that one was extremely well received. People really liked A Realm Reborn a lot, and that's when it got somewhat of a following. Of course, it never rivaled. These are MMOs we're talking about, but it never rivaled World of Warcraft as far as numbers. But this recent stuff, man, it's really funny because there is a Twitch streamer named Asmongold. I don't know if you've ever heard of him before. You probably haven't.
No.
But he's basically an exclusively World of Warcraft Twitch streamer. Okay. And he's hands down the biggest WoW streamer I think there is and there might have ever was. He regularly gets 50K viewers every day he streams. Like tens of thousands of people watch this guy play WoW. Mm-hmm. And I don't play WoW anymore, but I watch him too because he's just so stinking entertaining. He's so much fun to watch. He's incredibly good at streaming. Really, really something special. And he has this massive following. And he complains a lot about WoW and its problems. And so he was like, everyone's like, well, why don't you try Final Fantasy 14? Or why don't you try a different MMO for once? All you ever play is WoW. And he eventually, last week or 2 weeks ago, he finally loaded a character into Final Fantasy 14. And he basically crashed the game. Like, he couldn't even play it. He had such a massive crowd of characters following him around that like he couldn't do anything. Yeah. He had over 200 and something thousand viewers per minute watching his stream when he first fired up Final Fantasy 14 on Realm Reborn. Yeah. And he had like 2.5 million unique viewers. So he had like a constant rate of like 200 and something thousand viewers, but it was unique viewers coming in and out. And that's excited people so much that you saw this rush on Final Fantasy 14 to the point where we're now reporting that Square Enix has run out of game codes. We're not talking about like physical copies here.
We're talking about like the
codes,
7 or 8 digit codes or whatever that you enter
numbered codes. They ran out of those.
That's crazy, man. Like, how do you? They're literally just generated. They're just populated. Like, they hit a button and then like boom, like 100,000 of them just get generated. So the fact that like throughout the time frame, you guys just ran out of codes to give. Like, is it still available to like purchase off the PlayStation Network? Or is that dry too? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know about the PlayStation Network.
Or is it just PC, on Steam or whatever? Like, and it's
for sure PC. I know that, but I don't know if there's no codes. No one wants to play it on PS4 or PS5. I don't know, but I was blown away by that too. Like, it's one thing. Like, I knew about this news, but it wasn't like, oh, this is news, man. Until I learned, I was like, wait a minute,
how big it actually
this isn't just like they ran out of games. They literally ran out of codes, which goes to show you that clearly they press their algorithm and have it pump out however many codes they think the next quarter is going to need.
Right.
And they just forget about it and they just work on the game.
Yeah.
Or do their, their work. They clearly didn't ever expect this to occur because they clearly undersold how much they thought their game would sell this quarter because of the whole Asmongold migration occurring.
I mean, I'm low-key hoping that Asmongold like talked to Square Enix and was like, "Hey, how much are you giving me to play this game?" You know what I mean? Like, hopefully he got some bread off of that
because he's really
he
blowing
had
that
a hell
up.
of a lot of pull for them to run out of game codes. They sold that much shit over the time frame. Like, damn. I wonder how much
nuts.
it is now, though. Like, just purchasing it like off of PlayStation,
or like like if there's a scarcity, or like on there's eBay, people scalping them.
Yeah,
people scalping Realm Reborn codes,
selling there. Well, it looks like Final Fantasy 14 is still like $40, like $37.99 or whatever at Walmart. It's showing as $20 at Target for the PlayStation 4. Complete edition on the PlayStation is of course $60.
Right.
They're good at discounts.
PSN doesn't discount.
Yeah.
Jack.
So I mean, I don't know. Prices are kind of everywhere, but yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy 14. If I find a deal on it, I might try it because I definitely like MMOs.
Yeah.
And it might be something to hop in. I did still want to try Final Fantasy 15.
You gotta get on 15. 15's dope.
Yeah.
You're gonna really like
I did
15.
hear that 15 was dope.
15's dope, man.
I like the
and you got that free on the collection, so
thing,
yeah,
for sure.
I hear you, man.
But that's
just a fun story.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I love you, me.